everyone, Mel here, and today I got my Arteza 13 Days of Creepy Crawly Creativity Countdown box. And although this is supposed to be opened in October to count down the 13 days to Halloween, well, we're going to unbox it right now. Alright, so this is what the box looks like. Now, for the past 2 or 3 years, Arteza has done holiday countdowns, which you can find some of my videos on my art playlist. And so this year they decided to expand, and they decided that they were going to do a Halloween version. So this is one side of the box, and this is the other side that has the countdown, and everything is in it. So let's start counting down. So we're going to start with day 1, and then we'll count to 13. So let's see if we can do this correctly. So day 1, we have a pumpkin little ornament, pumpkin wooden slice, and it comes with a little piece of twine so that you can like tie it to make an ornament. Day 2, we have some paint. We've got acrylic paint in spooky black and pumpkin orange. So here we go. Then on to day 3, paint brushes. So we get a round brush number 4 and a flat brush number 6. So far I'm noticing that this does not have any prompts to it like the holiday ones do. So now we'll open day 4. We get a black sky acrylic marker. So it's got like the little nib on it. And we're on to day 5. A nice bottle of pouring paint. These are iridescent, and this one is Midnight Sky Twist. It's a very nice purple. Ooh. Can't wait to use that. Purple's my favorite color, so I mean, if you can't tell already by my walls. Day 6, which is a nice big one. We're gonna open up this little skull here. Oh, this is the best part. We get one of these little packets that you're not supposed to eat. You know, discard with care. One of these little packets, you know. Sorry. Just what we get in this one is a triangle canvas and a hexagon canvas. For day 7, I don't know why my voice went up that high. Iridescent pouring paint in slime green twist. Ooh. So that's really pretty, and they will go so nicely together. Like, look at those colors. I mean, look, again. Here's my pillow. Here's my wall. There we go. So next up is day 8. The glitter tub. It's actually more like a tube. I don't know why they call it a tub, but it's more like a tube, a glitter tube, because it's longer, but it's some nice silver glitter. Is 9. Permanent fabric paint in tomato red. Not sure what we'll use the fabric paint for, but we'll figure something out. Now we're getting to the double digits. So now we are on day 10. A fabric marker, and this is in creepy red, so it looks like it might be two-sided, so you get the bullet nib here, and then you get a chisel nib. Are we supposed to make blood or vampires, you know? So next up is day 11. 2 little boxes of polymer clay in white and pink. So these are for crafting whatever we want to craft with polymer clay. Could probably make beads or little monsters or something, which actually reminds me of a craft from one of my American Girl magazines where it was like making clay monsters. So, and day 12, we're almost to the end. All these googly eyes. Look at that. Look at all these googly eyes. There's like 80 in here, I believe. Or supposed to be 80. I'm not gonna like count to make sure. But last day. Day 13. We are at the last day. A gold acrylic marker. So that is our 13 days. They're calling it magic gold. Might be the same as the other golds that I've gotten. I would have to check, but yes. So all these fun items get to come in this box that you can get from Arteza. It retails for $50. I had a code, so was able to get mine for $45. And now while we wait for the paint to dry on the canvas, because it does tend to take longer on the canvas, so while we continue to wait for that to dry more, I think I will try the polymer clay monster poster or pinup from American Girl that I was talking about. This is one that I have, and it shows like the three little monsters, and I think they're so adorable. So I think I'm going to do one kind of similar to this one, only she'll be pink and wearing like a white tutu and stuff, but I just think they are so adorable. So let's see if I can actually make one. Here is my little monster. I know, not as cute as the AG one. I think if I try again, I will have to use like a different kind of clay, or I definitely need more, but this is my cute little monster. And then lastly, because it is so fun, I do want to do the paint pouring. So the globby paints aren't really working as well. So this is a base layer. I've got a little bit of the red showing. Okay, so I finished my projects. Unfortunately, my monster died. Yes, because the polymer clay is not really the best quality. I usually use Sculpey, which I've had like no problems with. Sometimes I use Fimo, except the Fimo I also find is hard to get to be malleable, to like be able to use. So I do prefer Sculpey. But my Ghost also like cracked a little bit. It's hard to see because he's white, but he cracked like right here, so I had to glue. And then it doesn't get as hard as like I would thought, like I would have, thought polymer clay should. So it's not as hard as like the Sculpey would have been. And so my monster also ended up with cracks, and I tried to glue it back, but then ended up using a little too much force, and that kind of broke. So eventually I'll try again with actual like Sculpey brand polymer clay for the monster, but this is my little Ghost anyway. So when I baked him, I did bake him without the eyes because otherwise that would have melted. So the eyes are glued on afterwards. This is how my paint pour turned out. I think that is really pretty. It's got like the goldish hues underneath from the mixture of green and purple, and then some added green and purple on top with a little bit of red hints. And the glitter. So I think this is like really pretty. Here is how my pumpkin triangle canvas turned out. I glued on 3 eyes for him. At first I was going to do just one, and make him a cyborg, but then I decided, you know what, I want to give him 3 eyes instead. So this is my pumpkin. I think he's really adorable. The wooden pumpkin. We've got this pumpkin, this jack-o'-lantern, and then I did one with, that's Eek. This one I did use my Posca pens. When I was doing the paint pour, I used some of the extra to do the background, and then I used my Posca pens to do the Eek, the Ghost, and the jack-o'-lantern. And overall, I think they all came out nice. Now, my thoughts on this Halloween countdown calendar. I do think that overall it is a little bit overpriced. I do think it would work better in the $30 to $35 range, but you do get a lot of nice supplies. I will say that while you can use the fabric paint, like 3D fabric paint, on other things such as paper or canvas or whatever, I'm not sure why they gave us a fabric marker. I mean, I was able to use the fabric marker to do the eyeshadow and lips on her. However, I think I would have preferred a permanent marker. A permanent marker would have sounded better, or like seemed more cohesive, I guess. Because I do feel like when they give us like the fabric things and don't give us like any fabric, it just in theory sounds kind of odd, I guess. And then because the polymer clay didn't work so well, and I actually did also look up reviews on Amazon, and other people have had it cracking as well too, so I think maybe they need to look at Arteza needs to look at their formula for their polymer clay, because again, I've never had a problem really with Sculpey, and so Sculpey is still my go-to. So I do think that next time, if they try this again next year, I don't know if Arteza sells air dry clay, but I think that if they did, like a small tub of like white air dry clay would be better, because I also think it would be more cohesive with the paints as well, because you could do, you could paint the clay once it's dry, so I think that would actually be like a better option, and you don't have to bake it. And then while the pumpkin is cute, I do kind of wish that the eyes and mouth were not cut out, because I originally would have liked to have used the Google eyes for the eyes of the pumpkin, the wooden pumpkin, but that wasn't gonna work out. And I think that it would have been nice to actually like make my own mouth, make my own eye design and whatnot. So I think next time I would just rather it be a solid plain pumpkin with no cutouts or anything. But that's just a small thing. I still think it came out okay. uh, but otherwise, I had fun doing these projects. I loved the paint pour. Like, paint pouring is fun, and I haven't done it in a while. So I did love that. I think, like, again, this is a very pretty design, and the glitter adds to it. And then I did have fun doing my sketchbook drawings as well. And the little pumpkin here, he's adorable too. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts. And I had fun with this, and I did, again, buy it on my own. My channel's too small for anyone to give me free items, so, but that's okay. And so I will see you in the next video. Bye!